Local fire officials say they examine national events like today's to help them prepare in the event of a similar attack in Lafayette. News 18's Brittany Tyner reports some procedures have recently changed for some local large events like the Taste of Tippecanoe or Dancing in the Streets. Brittany, what's different?
Well, Dan, just last year, the Lafayette Fire Department started placing responders in the middle of those big events. That makes it easier for crews to get to the scene immediately if something should happen. In past years, firefighters and other emergency crews were placed outside an event, ready to move in. But it means they may have had to fight the flow of crowds hurrying out the exits. Chief Richard Doyle says emergency responders are trained for certain events. He says disasters are categorized by different levels. He says type 4s and 5s are more common events like car crashes and house fires. Type 1, 2, and 3 disasters are more severe events like 9/11 and Hurricane Katrina. He says Lafayette disasters are categorized differently from the events in Boston today because it's based on hospital capacity. For example, a disaster could be ruled more serious here if 5 or 6 people had to be rushed to a trauma center. He says his department always looks at national events like the Boston Marathon to figure out a plan if the same were to happen here in Lafayette.
One of the commentaries today said at Boston is in the society that we live in, we can't prevent everything, but we have to plan for everything. And I think that's a wise decision.
Chief Doyle says during events like the Taste of Tippecanoe or Dancing in the Streets, the biggest concern is the weather. He says ever since the stage collapse in Indy, the state has put tougher restrictions on festivals and requires crews to have an incident action plan. Doyle says departments work together. They know who to contact and what to do in case of an emergency, though of course they hope they never have to. Brittany Tyner, News 18.